Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Gamers Radio. As you can see, my monk in Diablo3 has already reached 60, and I'm in currently Act 4 on health difficulty. So the thing is, about Act 4, the most difficult thing is the elite monsters. My strategy in reaching hell mode from nightmare mode and normal mode is that I upgrade my gears using the auction house. I went to this auction house over here, and I search for some of the gears that help it improve. For monk, I improve basically on dexterity and vitality, and also I try to look for something along with dexterity and vitality with some resistance on it. Increasing resistance will help me to be able to tank the elite monsters. So the thing is, if you have to be in hell mode, you have to prepare to upgrade your gears. You have to prepare that the most difficult thing in hell mode is elite monsters. The boss are much easier once you manage to clear the Act 2 Beliar boss. It will be very easy. So we'll go into the resume game and see what is some of the strategy and skills that I have used. So when you log inside the game and you press S, you can see this is some of the skills I have used. I've also avoid clicking, because when I click I'm not able to attack super fast. If I left click for long hours, my muscle will cramp. So some of the strategy, first of all, is a key binding. Make sure your gameplay is very suitable for your hands in long hours mode. I choose this, click on this elective mode and apply, accept, return to game. I'm able to drag the skill up and just change the slot of the skill. So if you want to prevent yourself from clicking and drag the skill up, back to the options, gameplay, and check the box elective mode, click accept and return back to game, so you'll not be able to drag the skill out. So this is what I do to avoid left clicking all the time. So now I just point and press 1 to attack most of the time with my left hand, so my right hand will not be cramped. Another strategy is that the most important strategy for hell mode for me, besides upgrading of gears in auction house, is to use this passive skill, the one with everything, with your increase all your resistance to equal to your highest resistance for elemental. So if I just buy the gears, make sure the gears have some resistance in it. As you can see, if I press C, I go to details, I see my resistance is around 77 for everyone. The poison, cold, fire, lightning, and arcane and holy resistance, so 77. And further to that, I have decided to stack my resistance increase in the mantra of healing. I choose the time of need, and in this time of need, the mantra of healing will increase resistance to all that types by 20%. So if I buff myself with the mantra of healing, I press 4, I go back to C, and I go to details. You can see that the resistance has increased to 20%, and I become a 92 resistant over here. As you can see, my resistance is now 92. And besides all this, I choose the crippling wave. Normally I would like to choose the Feast of Thunder, which will give me very fast attack and generate my spirit super fast, but Feast of Thunder does not allow the monster to slow down. So I prefer the crippling wave. At first, from Act 1 and Act 2, I choose the Feast of Thunder. Everything is going well, everything was going fast, and until I reach the boss, I have to change to crippling wave. During Beliar, there was a switch of skills. I switched from Feast of Thunder. Halfway when I meet the boss, I choose to crippling wave. And as you can see, all the skills has already opened up. And what I want is that I want the enemies inflicted 20% less damage for 3 seconds. That is like I'm combining the resolve passive skills with the crippling wave. As long as you hit by this crippling wave, you'll not only be slowed down by your movement speed by 30%, you expect your attack speed will decrease by 20%, and also your damage will decrease by 20%. So it's a major debuff for crippling wave. My personal favorite to tank the boss, but it's not a good DPS. It's just a good way that you want to solo. You have to use the crippling wave. There's no getting away. And the wave of light is basically useless for me, so the only thing I would want to do is to make sure the wave of light is reduced to 40 spirit points. Basically, if you're stuck in a map where there's nowhere to run with monsters that crowd around you, you want to use a wave of light to knock away them to run away. So this is only the use I have for the Wave of Light. Serenity, very useful. It heals me for 6,000 to 7,000 life, and it gives me invulnerability, longer time to tank. And Supreme Wind is kind of like a buff, increases your damage, and also I choose the Blade Storm to increases my damage furthermore in order to DPS. Because I'm using the Crippling Wave, not much of a DPS, I need to choose the Sweeping Wind to accompany with the Crippling Wind. And 7-sided strike, I add like 2 more strikes to the 7-sided strike. I choose the runes, the 7-sided strikes, increase the numbers of strike to 9 instead of 7, so it gives me around 9 strikes and 9 more damage. And the rest remain the same. I choose the Transcendence that heals you for 62 health. I choose the Chance of Resonance, which will increase my material of healing an additional 7 minutes. Will altogether 3 minutes plus 7, around 10 minutes for material of healing, and able to gain 2 spirit points.